Welcome back to World of Warships with your host, X-Brad TC. Today's episode, we're going to watch Grump uh, pretty much deal some damage. He's in the ever-trusty Tier 5 premium Japanese destroyer, the Kamikaze R, which is, I'd have to say, probably his favorite ship. And he is on the big race map, and it is a Tier 5 fight, I do believe. As usual, the western side over here in Torpedo Alley is destroyer heavy, and battleships and cruisers tend to congregate up north. We're in the standard battle mode, which neither of us like. We always prefer the domination mode. However, you take what they give you. Off to an early start here. Zips in, and he's used his speed boost. He's trying to get dominance in here. And the first thing you always run into over here is you struggle making sure you're not beat up by enemy destroyers. Grump had an early sighting on a cruiser, took the shot, and sniped it. The way you have to fight the Kamikaze, the guns are terrible, and it has very little health. It only has 13,100 health points. So what you got to do is try as much as possible to make stealth attacks. Grump's detection range in the Kamikaze R, with his skills and flags and whatnot, he's got a 5.5 kilometer detection range. His torpedoes have a 7 kilometer range. So he's got a kilometer and a half that he can close into an enemy ship and launch torpedoes on him and turn and run away, and the enemy will never even know that he was there. The first indication the enemy gets that he's under attack is the torpedo warning. And in a lot of ships, by that time, it's simply too late. They're going to take torpedoes. And if they're busy, they may not even notice exactly that they're coming under the torpedo warning. Alright, Grump spots an enemy destroyer. I believe that's another Kamikaze. And since the other Kamikaze was detected, he's decided to hide in a smoke screen. Well, no problem there. We'll just go charging towards the smoke screen. Even in a smoke screen, if you get close enough, you're going to be detected. It's a very short detection range. You'll see here very momentarily. And it's a risky proposition. It's very possible the enemy can put his torpedoes out on you. But it looks, from seeing the brown dots of the torpedoes going out, it looks like the enemy Kamikaze R has launched his torpedoes. So he is not loaded. Grump's not detected by anybody. We're getting right up on the enemy smoke screen. Where is he? Where is he? You know he's in there. There he is. Now look at this. At this ridiculously short range, Grump gets out 1, 2, 3 sets of torpedoes. But the destroyer, knowing that he's been detected, is smart enough to move out. Grump is opening up with the guns. Incredibly, the destroyer did manage to dodge. Unfortunately, what that means is he's now detected by Grump and by everybody else, and so the friendly cruisers can take him under fire. In the meantime, Grump can take advantage of the enemy smoke screen. But he's charged on through. He's out of the smoke screen. He's detected, but it's time to finish off this enemy destroyer. Grump's firing, another cruiser's firing. This guy does not have long to live. And he's done. Yes, Grump's detected. That means other enemy ships can shoot at him. He's being attacked by enemy aircraft, so he turns on his anti-aircraft guns briefly. And he's boogieing out of there, trying to get out of detection range. And that's how you drive the Kamikaze. It's how you drive the Kamikaze. It's how you drive the Mitsuki. Drive in, take torpedo shots, get out. Again, the enemy's got a air detection on him. One of the enemy aircraft is hovering over him. That's how he's detected. And finally, he's no longer detected. And on the big race map, when you start in a destroyer and you go through Torpedo Alley there, the channel on the western edge of the map, you like to turn the enemy flank and operate in his backfield. Hadn't had that chance here. You'll notice they're fairly evenly matched. The enemy's ahead on points and has only, what, one more ship than we do? But as the enemy tries to press in, they're going to pay a price. Grump's taking a look. Can he chase after this Wyoming? He's got torpedoes going on him already from the carrier. Who to choose? Who to choose? Now, the enemy is out of destroyers, which means it's a lot easier to conduct stealth attacks. Generally, the easiest way to get compromised is by blundering into an enemy destroyer, because they too have very short detection ranges. Whereas a battleship, you see them 13, 14 kilometers out. It's easy to know when to turn away to avoid being detected. Enemy destroyers, it's a little bit trickier, particularly if they pop out around an island or something. And it's not so much that the destroyer is going to kill you, it's that everybody, when you're detected by the destroyer, everybody else can see you, and they're just going to gun you down. So Grump was taking a look at chasing after this Wyoming, but he was torn apart by the guns of the friendly ships. Who next? Do we charge on into the center? Who do we go after? And in addition to launching torpedo attacks, Grump's providing a valuable service, spotting the enemy. Make it easier for your supporting teammates to engage. Whether or not they're any good at it, that's another question. Alright, Grump turns around. There's an enemy cruiser trying to get into our cap. Can't have that. Time to go after him. And, alright, did manage to get one torpedo into the enemy battleship over there. Again, try and get in here. The challenge here is all the enemy aircraft are going to make it very easy for Grump to be detected by aircraft. It's easy to keep track of all the ships and avoid being detected by them, but the aircraft makes it a little bit harder. Unfortunately for us, our carrier just got sunk, or will be shortly. Yeah, not looking good for the carrier. Grump doesn't want to be detected by the airplanes. Oh, he's detected by someone. As he came around the corner, that Wyoming was in about 4.5 kilometers range, well within detection range. So, dump torps, turn, run.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
And the Wyoming has to know he's there. It was a down the throat shot, only gets one hit, still, every little bit helps. And Grump's team's down to 4 ships, the enemy has 6, wants to take another shot, but by the time his torpedoes are reloaded, that cruiser's going to be in the line of fire, can't risk it. On the other hand, since we're outnumbered, there's plenty of targets to shoot at. And los. Off go the torpedoes. Turn. Keep another eye on the Wyoming. Make sure we're out of range. Wait for the torpedoes to reload. Kamikaze R has a relatively fast torpedo reload time. Check on the shot at the other battleship. See how those torps look. Oh, they look pretty good. Got 2. Might have hoped for a little more, but anytime you get 2 at a long-range shot like that, that's not bad. Are we going to shoot at this guy? Nah, he's burning to death. And wait for it. Yeah, he just died. Unfortunately, in the meantime, we're down to one battleship and Grump. Enemy has a cruiser, two battleships, and a carrier. This fight is going to go right down to the wire. Grump is going to do his stealth torpedo attack thing, and he's also doing valuable service spotting targets. And in addition, he's forcing the enemy to maneuver. They know that torpedoes are coming in from time to time, so they have to maneuver. That causes them to expose their broadside to the battleship. They're trying to keep an angle on their armor to avoid taking broadside damage from the battleship. Come on, come on. Torps look pretty good. And got him. All right. 3-2. We can do this. Grump's detected. Torps are back. Get 2 out of 3 out and run, because Grump does not want to get killed. As he's turning, you notice this other Wyoming is in range. Yeah, Wyoming knows he's out there, but alright. Sank the first target. Wyoming's shooting at him. He's running. Trying to get out of range. Get undetected. Take a breath. See about letting the torpedoes reload and setting up for a re-attack. So we're down to just this battleship. And Grump gets a piece of them. Earns the high caliber, earns Confederate, earns Bane of the Ocean. Launches again, another attack. Wyoming's not incredibly stupid. He knows there's a destroyer out there. He is going to know enough to maneuver some. Bane of the Ocean. It's the first time I've seen this award. Apparently, it is the reward for 100 heroic achievements. Unleashing the Kraken, High Caliber, Witherer. There's like 5 of the heroic achievements rather than just the regular achievements. So Grump has done pretty well. He's earned that. Got one into him, so another re-attack. So we just need to not get detected by air. So he's detected by air, he's surface detected. No, he's detected by air. Which means he's vulnerable. He's got to maneuver, try and get away from that airplane. If the enemy carrier driver's smart, he'll keep them parked over Grump. See, the Wyoming maneuver to avoid that spread of torpedoes. The Wyoming is challenged. He needs to kill Grump, but he's also got to fight off the friendly battleship. Can't do both. You can only really shoot at one target at a time. And that sets up the friendly surviving battleship to polish off the Wyoming. But there's a problem. Take a look at the scores. 373 to 400. The enemy is ahead. If we just let the clock keep running, we're going to lose. First thing that has to happen is the friendly battleship to Texas absolutely has to stay alive. Because we lose points in the enemy battle. When friendly battleships are sunk, we lose points and the enemy team gains points. The other thing we got to do is cap. Grump is literally on the far side of the map from the enemy cap zone. But he goes ahead and lights off his turbo boost, aims directly for the cap, and gets going. Teammates are telling him, go hunt for the carrier. No. Gotta go find, or gotta go cap. It's the only way to get more points than the enemy. And there is a high likelihood little bit of a spoiler here, that the enemy carrier is going to be over there somewhere. Enemy carrier is not dumb. He knows that he can't allow Grump to get over here and cap. The Texas, and by the way, the Texas driver is really good. One, he survived this long, and two, he's smart enough to know how this game has to play out. So he is definitely doing everything he can to maintain support on Grump Wagon. I mean, that's kind of tough. You're in a 20-knot battleship trying to keep up with a 40-knot destroyer. And take a look. We've got 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the match. Grump has to get up here and cap. And it's still, even with the engine boost, cooking along at 40 knots. It's taking him a while to get there. And Grump is still vulnerable to the enemy aircraft. The enemy, if he's got dive bombers or torpedo bombers left, he could make Grump's life very difficult. And there he is, enemy carrier. But Grump is just now crossing the border into the enemy cap. Time to get some torpedoes out. We're not going to hit them with these, or more likely not going to get more than one. No, we're going to miss with all these. Time to start shooting. One, might as well do some damage while you can. Two, you want to set carriers' flight deck on fire because, as we know, carriers cannot launch and recover aircraft while they're on fire. Grump's actually going to run around right here. Ordinarily, that would be very bad news for a destroyer. But the secondary batteries on the carrier are terrible. And more importantly, Grump set them on fire. More importantly, the Texas, with its 18.1 kilometer range guns, is in a position to support him by fire. And you'll see the terrible gunnery here. It's not that Grump is a bad gunner. He's very good. It's that the guns on the Kamikaze are terrible. Get some torps out. Yeah, we're going to get one. Yeah, just one. Still a lot of damage. And Texas is just about reloaded. Come on, man, ram me. End it with a ram. No. Grump saved one set of torps in reserve, but no, the Texas polishes them off, and they managed to win. 474,122 credits, 5850 XP, 293 XP, 162,000 damage done, 30 gun hits, 12 torpedoes, 12 in caps. Top of the team, Texas came in second. What a wonderful exposition on how to drive the Kamikaze R. And take a look, he did serious damage to pretty much everything he shot at. Just a few hits with the gun, but man, the Kamikaze torps do some serious damage. That's it for this episode of World of Warships. I'll catch you later.